Forget to stream it to me.
Whoopsie daisies, as they say in the scene. It's me, I'm the scene. Hello! I am your commissioner, Willy Billy Bo Billy, and welcome to Playday number 1 of the Grand Slam Galaxy featuring my co-commentator, Silver Lily. How are you doing today, Silver Lily?
I am doing okay, Willie. I was in the middle of setting up some league-wide stat tracking, but with the game starting, I don't have time for that. That's going to be more stuff to do after the games are over today.
We've got 4 games today in the opening Playday of Grand Slam Galaxy. We have, and this is going to be a memory test as I remember whose captains are, because I just have the commissioner or the managers' names. We have Bowser's Monsters versus the Waluigi Spitballs at Yoshi Park. We have Peach's Monarchs versus Daisy's Flowers at, you're never gonna believe this, Yoshi Park. We have the Miku Musicians versus the Bowser Jr. Rookies at, you're never gonna believe this, DK Jungle. And then finally, we have, hello? Finally, we have the Yoshi Fireballs versus the Birdo. I got so close. Birdo's team at again Yoshi Park. Hi, Scary. Turn Discord down. Shit. Sylvie, could you speak for me?
Yep, speaking. Am I too loud? I'm using a different mic setup today, so
Yeah,
I don't
fine.
want to be blowing out the ears of everyone listening.
Yeah, what happened was that I had you set at a super high volume.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Whoopsie doozy. Double piss. I love double piss. Let's get into today's games. Here we go. So our first game on the docket today, we're gonna go to, you're not gonna believe this, Yoshi Park. As the Yoshi Fireballs face off against Birdo's team. That's gonna be our first game of today. Loading that game up. No. Birdo's Bows. There we go. I was so close to remembering. Now, coming out of the preseason, the Birdo's Bows were in a weird state because they were completely randomized, and it looks like they haven't quite put themselves together for the first Playday. But I look forward to them figuring out their setup as they go along. They have quite a couple of key players. That will be great. King Boo starting in the outfield, one of the best pitchers in the league. Chance starting on the mound will be quite a wild card for the FireEggs to have to go against. Birdo herself at first base is also a great double threat of a pitcher and a hitter. Magic Koopa, also consistently one of the best pitchers in the league. I think this could be one of the best pitching staffs on rotation with just a little bit of setup here. Their opponents, the FireEggs. Silver Lily, are you ready to go?
I am just about ready, Willie, though I should let you know that what I am seeing is not the game right now. I'm not seeing the rosters.
That's fine. Are you ready to, would you like to discuss in earnest? I see the problem. Are you able and ready to discuss the FireEggs as a team?
I think I can, Willie. I have their stats in front of me right now, at least their stats from the preseason. The FireEggs, played in one of the closer games we had last week, doesn't look like they've done too much to change up their roster. They might have changed positions around a bit. Give me a moment to cross-reference. Mario at catcher, Ash at shortstop, Baby DK still at third base, Will Ferrell up in the right field, King K. Rool at pitcher, Yoshi in center field, Baby Luigi at left field, Pegasus at second base, Red Yoshi at first base. Looks like they are going for the same team composition, same layout as last time. They had a very close game against the Flowers, one of the lower scoring games in the league during the preseason. It was a 5-3 game, surrounded by 10-4 and 11-10 and 26-4. This team is a defensive threat. Doesn't have a lot of big hitters, but it's good at chasing down and getting those balls that might get away from other teams.
Well,
lost it a little bit on one rally last week during the preseason, which ended up with them falling behind by 2 points where they remained for the rest of the game.
Well, we'll see how the Bows are able to crack the eggs here on our first game at Yoshi Park. Pending player protest. Always pending player protest.
I think we're going to have to watch these Bows to see if they're able to keep a better hold of their pitching against a non-Musicians team. The Musicians are known for really liking to keep rallies going. They're set up to use items to break up defensive plays, which you will still see some of with the FireEggs, but not as much.
Well, you know me. You know how much I love a shellback team, and Drybones is already putting on a performance here for the Bows, locking down that shortstop position, and his brother, Koopa, at second base will make sure that it's 3 up, 3 out, as the Fireballs aren't able to get much contact. Chance at pitcher position, wild pitches, wild face, solid defense to start off this game. Now it's the Fireballs' turn. Their starting pitcher of K-Rule got a lot of power behind those fastballs. We'll see if it's able to keep the Bows off the bases. But no! Yellow Shy Guy is immediately going to start this game for the Bows by hitting a nice single.
And the Bows had some life in them at the beginning of their game against the Musicians as well. If they are able to crack any of this FireEggs defense, they might have a much better time, given the defensive performance they just showed. Because what happened is that the Bows were doing fairly well. They held the Wilds to about 4 points, 5 points, about for half the game. Held the Musicians there for about half the game, and then they had to swap pitchers a couple of times, and they completely fell apart. So if their defense is able to keep up with the FireEggs offense, we may see a much better performance overall from them this game.
Well, these slap hitters from the Bows mean that they're going to score the first run of the game, as Drybones hits it cleanly between center field and left field. Baby Luigi doesn't have the arm to get it in time. And Yellow Shy Guy goes from second base to home for the first RBI of the game. Hey, sometimes what you need in Grand Slam Galaxy isn't power. You don't need to send it into orbit. You just need good placement, which is unlike what we see there, as a hit to shortstop results in a quick double play to end the inning and keep the Bows at 1 run. But that's still a lead.
I feel like a very cursed commentator sometimes, Willie. I talked up the FireEggs defense going into this game, and then they immediately let 3 runners on and 1 runner in before closing the inning.
Also, I realized I didn't have my headphones on, which is why you were so loud. Still, regardless of that, Drybones has kept this game absolutely silent for the Eggs so far. He won't be able to do much, though, as King K. Rool knocks it straight into the outfield, straight into the waiting arms of King Boo.
King Boo, crucial defender for the Bows. If you'll give me just a second. Oh.
Well, in that second, Yoshi, the speedy captain, is finally able to get on base for the FireEggs. Baby Luigi now needs to not squander this chance. That milk ain't looking too good right now. Looks like there's some spoilage as he knocks it straight back to Drybones.
Now, as I was going to say, King Boo, a pretty important defender for the Bows, had 6 of their 27 total putouts. Every team will always have 27 putouts in a game if they win, or at least if the other team is up for 9 innings. Had 6 putouts in the previous game, was responsible for 6 of them, and turned an assist, but made a lot of important outfield catches.
Well, now it's the Bows' time to go silent, as both their first 2 batters of the second inning aren't able to do anything, and the Captain Birdo also immediately hits it to shortstop. King Kool turning it around a little bit. I was a little bit nervous after all those slap hits got so cleanly on base, but this is still a low-scoring game as the game master, Pegasus, comes up to bat. He'll watch the first one. He won't watch the second, but he will knock it straight to dry bones. Again, I guess, what are we looking at in terms of batting power on both of these teams, Silver Lily?
In terms of batting power, the FireEggs in their first game did not have the best batting performance. In fact, both of these teams had the worst batting performances of the preseason. The Bows, across their entire team, had an average of 333. And only a slugging... Oh, wait, sorry. That's not the Bows that I am looking at. My apologies, but they also had a team-wide batting average of 0.333, with a slugging of only 417. And the FireEggs were not much better. Team-wide batting average of 389 and a slugging of 472. These are both teams that really struggled to find the ball with their bats and make it count.
Well, all Baby DK needs in order to score the first run for the FireEggs this game is to not knock it high into the air, but a beautiful hit out to the outfield will leave Magic Cooper scrambling for the ball. Oh, just doesn't have the speed to get it, and both runners on base at first and third will scramble home. As that nasty piranha plant in the outfield, the groundskeeper is not keeping up on their job. Then again, I wouldn't want to cut that thing. Interferes, leading to 2 runs for the FireEggs, and they have the lead. Will Ferrell will knock it into right field. Bounces off the wall to stop a necessary out, what would have been an out. Now we have a runner on first and third again, served up straight and hot for King Kool. Maybe the FireEggs are going to have a little bit of a better batting performance this game. But no, uncharacteristically weak hit from King Kool. We'll still knock a run in.
Definitely showing that they don't want to have the same batting performance that they had against the Flowers, and that could also have been credited to the Flowers defense. The Flowers defense, they're not playing in this game, but just to give an idea of what might have contributed to the FireEggs' poor batting average, if I can just pull it up here. The Flowers were one of the only teams to turn a triple play, the FireEggs being the other. They also had a total of 4 double plays, and only a few forced errors in the entire game. They were otherwise very on top of things.
It also should be said that the FireEggs last week played against what we presumed to be one of the surprise defensive standouts of this league. If I'm looking at this right.
That's what I'm talking about, Willie.
Sorry, yeah. I got distracted reading the schedule. I'm excited to see that game later today, but for now, the FireEggs have to shut down the bat of King Boo. King Kool will keep him quiet, as we have 2 outs and a runner on first, and Yellow Magic Koopa, not known for the strongest bat, but a great placement. We keep this inning alive for so far.
Pegasus.
Sorry, say that again?
Misdive by Pegasus, the infielders failing to make the catch allows Yellow Magic Koopa to keep the inning alive for the Bows.
And Dry Bones with beautiful placement. That's runners loaded and 2 outs. any mistake here leads to an easy out, leads to the inning over. Koopa is going to have to make sure that he doesn't make this easy for the FireEggs, and he does not with excellent ball placement. Yellow Magic Koopa tried to get home, but caught out now on base. Not the fastest runner. He'll still make it back to third safely.
The Bows not unfamiliar with 2 out bases loaded situations, but usually they were the ones staring them down from the plate in their previous game. Now they're putting some of that same hurt onto the FireEggs, and it's causing K. Rool no end of frustrations. He's starting to get tired out there. It's only the 3rd inning. Another excellent hit by the Gray Shy Guy out to shallow left field.
Blue Shy Guy.
Blue Shy Guy.
Of course.
Out to shallow left field. There are 3 Shy Guys on this team, and Blue Shy Guy and Gray Shy Guy have very similar outfits. We're going to see K. Rool switching. The Bows offense has been doing an excellent job putting the ball just between the fielders, just out of their reach, not far enough for them to be able to get a good catch on it. And as I'm saying that, Yellow Shy Guy hits it right to Pegasus to end the rally, but it's a tie game.
Excellent performance from both of these teams so far, as we're going to see the top of the 4th inning, and it's the FireEggs with their chance to start putting some damage on. Baby Luigi will get on base to start us off with an excellently hit single. Pegasus gonna have to stare down Chance on the other side, but luck is on his side. A little bit of skill as he also hits it cleanly into shallow center for his own single. Now with a runner on first and a runner.
Millennium Eye to know exactly where the opposing pitcher is about to throw the ball. Red Yoshi up at bat, hitting it almost the exact same trajectory that Baby Luigi just did. Right up towards that center field is a danger spot for a lot of teams. They're not able to get it in time, and it means that their center fielder has to field it instead of one of their infielders.
Now Mario will keep this going for another single. That's 4 runners, 4 singles, no outs, 1 unbatted, and this is looking kind of dangerous. Well, the Bows managed to load the bases. That was on 2 outs. We still have 0 outs right now as Ash Ketchum, young phenom, comes up to bat.
Got one heck of a rally going.
And a star hit, clean up that center line. You're never gonna believe this. It's another single.
FireEggs playing some excellent small ball today, just doing everything they can to get on base without any outs.
And
they don't really need any big hits. They're not looking for a grand slam. They'll bat each other in one at a time.
Well, the captain, Birdo, placing herself on the mound now to try to rescue her team, but she can't stop this excellent aim from the FireEggs, as again, they just can't be stopped. I'm not sure any defense in the league could stop these hits, but maybe we should be looking more closely at the pitchers, because it's their job to stop this sort of easy contact from happening. And well, Yoshi hasn't been doing, Birdo hasn't been doing much better than Chance, who she just took off the mound. But finally, oh no, a miss from Koopa, and what could have been a double play to end the Bows, or at least ease a lot of the Bows' worries, turned into 2 more scored runs for the FireEggs.
I do have some pitching stats for Birdo here, if you'd like them, from their previous game against the Musicians. But I think we've got something more important happening right now.
Again, those piranha plants in Yoshi Park Night causing perfect interference, allowing, what was that? Was that 2 more RBI in for King K. Rool?
That was another 2 RBI, Willie. Koopa finally finding that catch in order to turn a double play, and now the bases are cleared, but the Bows have let the Eggs run in 7 this inning. That's going to be a full round batted for the FireEggs.
You know,
Suddenly a very manageable game has gotten very difficult looking for the Bows.
you know, it must be said, I'm looking at Yoshi a little bit sideways right now. Every single time he's come up to bat, it's led to disaster for his team. Meanwhile, Birdo making a statement on her team, knocking in the first home run of the inning, saying, hey, this game isn't over yet. We still have a lot of ball left to play.
That's something of a difficult home run to hit as well. You could actually see in the replay that it bounced on the top of the wall. It didn't even leave the wall cleanly. Yoshi Park has a bit of a wider and longer field than a lot of the other stadiums. At least from my observations as commentator. I could be misremembering.
It might be a little bit bigger than standard. They did have to fit that train line in the back. Now the Shy Guys trying to follow their leader's example here, but they're not able to make contact with these charged hits, and, well, two quick hits to shortstop will result in 2 outs. King Boo now will have to put on a royal display if they want any rally for the Bows to continue, but no. A hit straight to shortstop, fielded by Ash Ketchum, quickly thrown to first. And that solo homer from Birdo is not only the only run for the Bows this inning, it's the only hit for the Bows this inning. As we go into the top of the 5th. This feels familiar. I was going to make a oh my god, Koopa misses the ball.
I think we did in fact see all 9 batters from the FireEggs last inning, starting with the same part of the lineup that they did last time. And it's going the same way. Oh, but some unfortunate item placement by the FireEggs actually results in an out that they might not otherwise have given up, as Pegasus got stunned by the POW block running to second and wasn't able to make it in time.
Tribone's just barely not able to give it Yoshi in. I'm going to be watching this from Ash Ketchum, a star hit. I think Red Yoshi might go home here. One of the fastest runners in the league. And
It's a close play.
They are going to make it.
The offense wins those.
Birdo herself also starting to tire, and she'll immediately be taken off the mound now. As
Birdo
Yellow
not-
Magic Koopa comes
Not
to the
having the pitching success that she found during the Winter Classic while playing for the Eggs. Was the Eggs starting pitcher, known to keep teams to lower scores, did very well. This time she's given up, I think, another 7 runs. She gave up a number of them.
Was she responsible for that 7-run inning? I'm not sure.
She swapped in halfway through, so I think only a few of those runs will actually be credited to her once the game is officially scored. But in her previous game, she gave up 6 earned runs. In this game, she might have given up a couple, and certainly didn't salvage any of the others stalked by Statler.
Well, meanwhile, no love for that second base position on the scoreboard today, as Pegasus also misses an important dive, and ooh, Drybones trying to follow his captain's showcase here, but instead the one ball he hits fair goes just caught by Ash Ketchum-all, resulting in a double play. Now it's up to Koopa to try to get something started for the Bow, but I don't expect much. And a hit to second base. Redemption for Pegasus a little bit. That'll be very quick inning for the Bows.
Ash is one of those fielders you want to watch for the FireEggs. In their previous game, Ash was involved in 11 of their outs that they got through fielding. Very impressive young fielder. New to the CPU, new to the Galaxy League this season.
Meanwhile, King K. Rool, known for being a powerhouse hitter, kept very quiet this game. He's got on base, I think. I'm not sure about every single time. Oh! Almost manages to sneak to second with some power block work there, but equally interfered with. But, yeah, no, sorry, what I was saying is that King K. Rool, even when he got those RBIs, he's only ever hit a single so far. Baby Luigi not able to make much magic happen either. Credit to Yoshi, at least, for getting on base after I roasted him earlier. And now it's Pegasus up again to see if he can get his captain home. Yeah, but honestly, I almost wish that someone would take the chance on these famously slow pitches from Magic Koopa to see if they can get in. But a interference on King Boo in the outfield will lead to Yoshi quickly running home for another scored run. And that'll lead, actually, to King Boo himself coming up to pitch for these bows and seeing if he can lock down this defense himself.
Yeah. Yoshi had been safe at third, but noticed the shell interrupt King Boo's defense and went, you know what? I can make it off that. So this time a Boo is going to prevent Koopa from getting it earlier. He's going to allow Pegasus to run all the way to third.
Now, Yellow Magic Koopa in center field might cause some problems. Beautiful catch by Dry Bones. Again, really showing off some defensive prowess here for the Bows. Now, at this point, the Bows defense hasn't been awful. But when you let up a 7-run inning, you need to score a 7-run inning. And maybe Blue Shy Guy, with a ball hit straight up the center, then again, the second baseman, this time Pegasus misses, can start a rally for the Bows. His Chance takes their turn at the plate. No, redemption for Pegasus is a good catch on that hit from from Chance. Results in a nice double play. Empty bases, 2 outs. The queen herself, Birdo, back at the plate.
I was going to say, Statler, the only batter for the Bows that was able to hit a home run in their prior game, not having much luck this time around. One of the better batters for the Bows.
I did name him Statler, didn't I?
Completely shut down by this Eggs defense.
Forget about that. Now it's Ash Ketchum's turn. I'm not sure we've ever seen such clean small ball from, well, the FireEggs have really capitalized on it, but the Birdo Bows have been pretty good at too with that placement, but not so much now as Baby DK will hit it to shortstop. And Dry Bones, ever reliable, will turn that double play to clear the bases for King Boo at the mound.
It's a bit of a refreshing playstyle on a league that really loves slugging. Just to watch these small ball games, the FireEggs especially have been exemplifying. I think the Spitballs can also be said to bat kinda similar, but they still have a slugger or two on there. FireEggs have K. Rool, but K. Rool's not slugging this game. He's batting singles like the rest of his team. Might be something of a change in strategy for the FireEggs after that first game against the Flowers saw their offense stifled.
Well, the Bows are going to have to change their strategy as 3 quick hits. They can't seem to quite get the aim that the FireEggs do, as their attempt at small ball just results in 3 up, 3 out, and we're going into the 8th inning, while the Bows are down 8 runs. Now King K. Rool calling a shot early against King Boo, and he'll hit it high. He'll hit it out there. There's no chemistry in the outfield. And it
is a fair ball.
Just barely stays in the field. And hey, it's not a single from King K. Rool, it's a double. God, you kind of just have to watch the mini map when it's up just to see how fast Yoshi is around the bases compared to King K. Rool. Not fast enough though. Maybe Luigi will bat in King K. Rool at home, but unfortunately the placement of the ball results in a double play, clearing the bases for the Bows, and maybe we'll see another one-run inning for the Eggs to expand their lead. King Boo definitely wants it to be that way.
And unfortunately for Baby Luigi, because that was a ground into double play, he will not be credited with the RBI.
I didn't know that's how that worked.
I only learned it recently, Willie.
Well, now the Bows. They're down 9 runs. Someone has to start a rally, and Yellow Magic Koopa will hope to get that kicked off. But hey, you can't have a double play without a runner on first. And as Drybones comes out to base, they need to avoid those second base and shortstop positions. Drybones will knock it clean up the center.
Yoshi unable to get a hand on it as it flies right by, and both Pegasus and Ash aren't able to get it in time. Koopa going for a bunt. Very risky decision. This could backfire in a lot of ways. Is he going to make it to first? Does not, but does advance the other two batters.
I respect it. You're getting your batters in scoring position for the ultimate slugger of your team. Let me check my notes here. Blue Shy Guy? But
Blue Shy Guy's actually had a solid batting performance. What's Yellow Magic Koopa doing?
What?
Stays at third, forces Drybones to run back to second, but K. Rool throws back to home. Yellow Magic Koopa ultimately made the right decision. K. Rool making the wrong one, though, by choosing to throw home instead of second. Now Statler's going to hit a single, and that's going to allow Yellow Magic Koopa to run home. Hit it on Yoshi's star pitch, if I'm correct.
Yeah, the first Yoshi star pitch I think we've ever seen in the Grand Slam Galaxy. What just happened?
Small ball, Willie.
Well,
Looks like Birdo's looking to repeat
Oh
it, but
my
Baby DK's
God!
not gonna let it happen. Beautiful catch and makes it back to plate in time for a double play to prevent this Bows rally from gaining any steam.
What should have been at least 2 runs batted in for Birdo turns into a disaster as Baby DK makes that catch. What a play. Now the Bows, they're still down 8 runs. They need to get through this inning without letting a single runner touch home plate. First one goes down nice and easy. Red Yoshi hits it to Koopa for the first out. Mario now, a deceptively scary slugger, but Drybones locks down his position. And it's Ash Ketchum as possibly the last batter for the FireEggs. They'll watch the first one. And the second one goes to Koopa.
That's it right over to Koopa. That's the 1-2-3 inning these Bows needed. They've been showing signs of life this game, but they're gonna need to show a lot more of it if they want a chance at winning. They need to score at least 8 to stay in the game, 9 if they want to win. Yoshi has been up for a good number of innings and is starting to get tired, but the Eggs do have another reliable, semi-reliable pitcher after Yoshi is done in Mario.
Well, Gray Shy Guy will start off this inning poorly for the Bows by immediately knocking it to Ash Ketchum for an out. Yellow Shy Guy will follow that up by hitting it to Pegasus for an out. The Bows need to score 8 runs without a single out. They had a great opportunity last inning, but unfortunately no love this inning as 3 up, 3 out results in a 13-5 scoreline, and the FireEggs are the first winner of the first Playday in Grand Slam Galaxy.
An excellent showing by them this game, fixing up some of their offensive woes that they had in the previous game, scoring 10 more runs than they did against the Flowers, while also still holding the Bows to the same 5 points that they gave up previously. Their defense very consistent in how many runs they allowed scored. Some of the lower defense, I'm getting all my words mixed up today, Willie. But pretty good at locking down the other team, allowing only 4 or 5 runs. They did that throughout the Winter Classic, and now they're doing it in the regular season. But they just have to make sure they score more than that, and this time they did.
Well, it's a dual MVP for this day, as presumably for the RBIs knocked in, King Keul will get first MVP honors, and second MVP honors will go to Ash Ketchum for his just about equally consistent batting performance on the FireEggs. That's our first game of this Playday, but we've got plenty more ball left to throw as we'll move into our second game. That is going to be checking. That is going to be Bowser's Monsters versus the Waluigi Spitballs on, you're not going to believe this, Yoshi Park. Alright, and as the players get set up, I'm very excited to see how both these teams do. I'll take the Monsters. The Monsters themselves, new captain on the block in Grand Slam Galaxy, Bowser, is looking to lead a deceptively strong batting team. Obviously, you've got Bowser and Red Critter and Red Pianta, some of the best known hitters in the league, but almost every batter on this team, besides, well, maybe Red Magic Koopa and Boo, the star pitchers, can do some damage. At worst, you've got Red Toad and others out here with a average batting score. Red Magic Koopa and Boo obviously not that good, but the goal, I think, of the Monsters this season is going to be to create so much fear as a photo gets taken around these star slugging players that hopefully Edward Elric, Thermite, Red Toad, Red Koopa can put some good work in too on offense. On defense, solid pitching staff. Boo, Red Magic Koopa, Bowser, deceptively good pitcher with that nice star pitch that he's got. And we'll see how they do against the Waluigi Spitballs. Silver Lily, what can we look forward to on the Waluigi Spitballs this season?
Well, there's at least one player I want to highlight, and that is Waluigi himself, one of the only 2 players to hit every single pitch that was thrown his way during the preseason. That's right, as of current, Waluigi is batting 1,000. So I'm excited to see if he can keep that up in this game, or if the Monsters will be able to finally put an end to his batting streak. Otherwise, I think your players to watch here on offense are going to be Green Drybones and Reggie Fils-Aimé, who both did fairly well with their own batting, 0600 in the previous game. And we're very crucial to some of the scoring. Iwata as well, watch for his batting when there are runners on base, because Iwata had 3 runs batted in that previous game. Didn't score often himself, only 1 run of the Spitballs 10 was credited to Iwata.
Wow.
But very good at bringing his teammates home.
We'll see how good we'll see how hot the bats can ring today as we start off Monsters vs. Spitballs on Yoshi Park Day. While I, after checking for a quick players protest, go leave to grab some water. Water, the official sponsor of Grand Slam Galaxy. Stay thirsty. Drink water. I'll be right back.
A little off of my sheets. I am going to be checking on that, except I don't have the opportunity. So Waluigi pitches to Boo, and Boo will find it, sending it out towards right field for a single, right over the head of second baseman Wada. Waluigi, starting pitcher for the Spitballs, struggled a little bit in the first game against the rookies, did not spend very long pitching before he decided he was done and pulled himself off the mound. Already having given up 2 singles to the first 2 batters, now we've got a captain showdown. This is a very dangerous captain to have runners on base with. Bowser's going to take it out to deep right field, only for a single himself, but everyone else advances 2 bases, including Boo running straight to home.
Hey, what did I miss? And the Monsters scored.
That indeed they did, Willie. Waluigi has given up 3 singles, one of which was a deep Bowser single to right field, which allowed Boo to run home.
Hell of a start from the Monsters, as Red Cooper will also hit that magic angle out there, and 2 fielding errors almost from the Spitballs. Blooper and Wiggler missing important pickups on the ball. They'll have to be cleaned up by Reggie.
Now, I have noticed that I do have a scoring sheet discrepancy that I will need to fix after games today. So regarding who scored the runs for the Spitballs, I might not have entirely accurate information, and I will get back to you on that next time.
So Bowser kept it third. Loaded bases now for the starred player, Red Pianta on the Monsters. Waluigi doesn't want any of that. He'll throw a dangerously tricky pitch and dodge a star hit from Pianta with it. A little bit of sass back. Pianta fighting a warning shot with that high foul. But the real contact just makes... Oh, Bowser, you gotta run on those. The real contact just makes it out to right field as Bowser barely makes it home after some indecision on third base.
And you know he was scared because he slid into home well before the ball was actually coming its way.
Hey, I'm looking at Bowser. I'm looking at him celebrating over in the dugout. I'm not gonna rain on his parade because I like my head firmly where it is. Red Toad, that same wide shot out foul. A real shot to center base and another miss. 2 more misses.
2 misses. That's embarrassing. But that is going to be a laser pitch back to home over to Wario. Prevent Pianta from coming home as well, though he will make it safely back to third. Very much a disastrous opening to this game for the Spitballs.
I'm not sure.
And Waluigi, taking his step off the mound, did not find a single out during his time on there. That's going to inflate his ERA drastically.
Oh no, don't tell me his ERA is going to be... Oh, a bobble from Reggie too. And what could have been maybe the first out of this inning turns into another run knocked in for the Monsters. Thermite, the 9th batter for the Monsters, finally caught out by that crucial second base position, fielded right now by Iwata. Almost a triple play if Red Critter was just a little bit slower, but no. The Monsters will get back to the top of the batting order as Boo faces down a tricky star pitch from Wario.
He's going to slap it. It's going shallow. Blooper's going to take it and send it right on over to Green Drybones at first base to finally end this inning for the Monsters. The Spitballs defense really struggling in this beginning game. Had an easier time on Daisy Cruiser than Yoshi Park. Though the Monsters definitely very threatening with their own batting. If I can get these stats up real quick, Monsters had...
Oh, take all the time you need because Green Drybones is going to make sure that that play That ball, I'm not sure it's landed yet, as the solo shot to start the offense for the Spitballs from Green Drybones. Spitballs rally is alive and well here as Villager steps up to the plate to try to make this offense keep going. Hit straight to first base though, results in easy fielding for Bowser. Now it's Awada's turn to stay down the Ghost as Boo makes him whiff on the first pitch. Response though with a nice clean hit up the center. We're only in the first inning. Blooper now, charge hit, high out into the field. What is this batting prowess? It'll be caught out due to nice chemistry in the outfield, but still, as a statement piece, as that was 2 potential and 1 actual home run from the Spitballs in the first. We'll have to see, maybe, as the monsters start to tire and this game goes on, how long they can keep that defense locked down. Legendary slap hitter Wiggler, though. Up to the plate now, facing down Boo. Charges up, a good clean hit. And it's another, thank God it goes foul. What was that?
Deep foul. Say not so clean as he might have wanted. The fire will come in late, not unable to prevent Thermite from making that catch, and the monsters will end the Spitballs inning, giving up only 1 point.
Still, if Waluigi can lock this defense down if Wario could lock this defense down in a way that Waluigi was unable to, I mean, every inning can't be a 6-run inning, right? That would be unheard of in this galaxy. As weak contact from Red Magic Koopa, well, solid contact, but still straight into the glove of Blooper. Bowser also hits it straight into the glove of Blooper. And the first 2 batters of the monsters, the Spitballs have already made more progress than they did in 8 of the batters last inning. Red
Blooper,
Koopa,
very key defensive player.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's a drastic error by Wiggler.
What?
Throws it very inaccurately, misses first base with it, and allows Red Koopa to get an extra base.
Did I miss something? How did that even happen from Wiggler?
He just seemed to throw wide.
I checked the footage. Wiggler, for some reason, trying to throw the Blooper 5 feet away. Not just a weird tactical decision, but Blooper was knocked out by a bomb. That's what caused that wild ball. As Red Pianta with good placement will get another RBI, and the monsters extend their score to 7 and their lead to 6. There's still 2 outs. There's still ways to get out of this on the Spitball side as we double check what's going on with the cameras right now.
This one is going deep, and Reggie will catch it to prevent any runs from getting batted in, as that is the 3rd out in the inning. The Spitballs able to prevent the things from getting too much worse.
I'd be almost a little bit surprised with the way this Spitballs defense is towing up if we see another 6-run inning at the start, as we did at the start of this game. Wario now. Good contact right over the head of Pianta. With the trade interference, that's going to be at least a double. Reggie's heading home. Wario's heading for 3rd. Buddy pitch. Try to cut him off. No dice. That is a clean triple from Wario. And
that's the big danger of this train in the outfield. It only comes around occasionally, but when it does, it creates such a huge disruption. allowing Wario to run all the way to third. A triple on a park other than Peach Ice Garden is not something you see that often.
Well, unfortunately, Waluigi continuing his throw job as he knocks it straight to third base, and all that progress made from Wario was wiped out in one double play. Well, besides the RBI. But Eggman! Again! Oh, if Waluigi had placed that ball anywhere else and Wario was still on base, well, it's still a run batted in as Eggman makes a hell of a statement. We did not expect the home runs to come from the Spitballs side, as a late boo will still allow Red Toad to make the catch and cut them short, but still. The game is only 7-3. This is not an invincible margin from the Monsters, and they're going to have to make some progress at bat here, as Thermite, with solid placement, at least makes it to first base. Tricky pitch from Mario allows him to nail one on Boo the first time. We'll see if the same trick works twice, but no, Boo hits that one clean out to right field for a good single. Runner on first, runner on second. 0 outs so far as Red Magic Koopa comes up to plate. And again, solid placement will result in a good single. We have bases loaded as Bowser comes up to the plate versus a tired Wario. I'm not singing quite yet, but neither is Bowser, as his bad ball placement results in a double play.
And that infield synergy between Blooper and Iwata really showing its stuff. They are some of the most crucial defensive players for this team. Obviously, these infield positions, shortstop and second base, are by themselves quite often. But I have some stats for you. Oh no, as I'm saying this, they're now sending Blooper out of the infield and onto the mound. Let's see how that goes for them. Goes fine right now. But in that first game, Iwata had contributed to a total of 14 putouts between his own putouts and his assists. Blooper had 10.
A bobble from Red Koopa will allow Villager to make the base, as Boo looks more and more dead tired on the mound right now. He'll still throw in a great fastball to sneak it past Iwata on the first pitch. Second pitch curveball unfortunately goes straight to Pianta, clearing the bases on a double play. Now at 2 outs, Blooper, the relief pitcher for the Spitballs, will have to see if he can do anything at the bat. Weak contact though, and the POW block isn't fast enough to stop that hard pitch from Pianta. God, I almost want to say Pianta on the mound now if they throw that hard. But we'll see them at the plate as the Monsters keep the Spitballs scoreless keep the Spitballs scoreless in that inning. We're at 8-3 at the top of the fourth. And 9-3 as Red Pianta knocks finally the first home run for the Monsters after watching the Spitballs hit that ball clear and free twice. Red Pianta will knock their own home run and leave Red Toad with a clean slate. Slate they'll take advantage of. Another good hit up the middle leads to a single. Ooh. And Red Toad's steal attempt on that. Red Critter caught out by an amazing jump though from Iwata. Will result in a double play to clear the bases. Now it's Thermite up. 2 outs. Manages to sneak it past Awada that time for a single. But how much more damage can the monsters realistically get? Sorry, go ahead, Silver Lily.
I was just saying my apologies for my silence. I was reviewing some stats and realizing that I think a lot of them are going to need a deeper review. Noticing some discrepancies. Going to have a talk with our official scorer, me. But I will now attempt to keep all of my focus on the games at hand.
Well, the Spitballs kept the monsters to only 1 run that inning. A statement home run, maybe. But only 1 run on the scoreboard is only 1 run on the scoreboard as Wiggler tries to start an offensive rally with a excellently placed deep hit. No confidence in his speed though, little uncharacteristic as they'll only take a single off that. Now it's Reggie up. Won't be able to sneak one past Red Koopa, who turns that out of position, honestly. Second base ball, we should have seen that go out to right field. But the second baseman locks it down, scores a double play, and clears the bases.
Red Koopa, not much of an offensive performer for the Monsters. Didn't get a single hit in the game against the Monarchs, but excellent and crucial defensive, locking down balls and sending them right over to first to get outs that other fielders might not have been able to get.
Well, now we're up to the captain again, as Waluigi's going to have to start putting in work to show his team that they're still in this. Wario managed to score a single. Can Waluigi follow that up? He will with an excellently placed ball.
I talked up his hitting so much before this game started. He had been batting 1,000. That's not the case anymore. We're seeing a pitcher switch from the Monsters. Is this their first replacement pitcher? Is this their first reliever?
This is their first reliever. And, hey, pitcher's blessing there. Bowser scores some weak contact off the batter. Clean hit to Red Koopa. Gets the Monsters out of a little bit of a dangerous position with that many runners on. And the Spitballs go scoreless in another inning to keep our score at 9-3. It's Red Magic Koopa at the plate. I, for one, am excited to see Blooper doing an excellent pitching job, but a bobble from Wario at that shortstop position will let Magic Koopa get on. Now Blooper's going to have to face down a challenge with Bowser at plate.
It's been something of an error-prone performance from the Spitballs defense, and Bowser's gonna punish them for it. Hitting a ball deep out. Get over the wall, cleanly over the wall, not even bouncing on top of it like we've seen so many balls do at this park. He's just sending it right over, and then pointing out to the fans as he runs it home. Assume the fans are on the Ferris wheel and roller coaster, because I can't see any stands here.
Could you imagine having to be on one of those spinning ship rides for a whole baseball game trying to watch it?
I'd rather not have to do so, Willie. We're going to see another pitching change. Blooper comes off, Wiggler goes on. This has got to be wreaking havoc on these Spitballs fielding. All of their synergy, all of their carefully planned chemistry being broken up by these pitching changes. Bunt goes poorly for Edward as Green Drybones picks it up and tags him while he's not even halfway up the first base line.
Well, it'll result in at least a single out instead of 2, as Red Koopa will advance to second, and off of a high hit from Red Beyonce to the outfield, run that home. Our score is now 12-3. Wiggler now trying to get anything for the Spitballs, but Red Toad knocks this high. There's no chemistry in the outfield anymore. Barely stays in the park.
Think it hit off the back wall before Reggie was able to get a hand on it, thus keeping it as a fair ball and not just an out. Don't usually see those deep hits from Toads. But Red Toad, very clearly inspired by his Pianta partner, and Red Critter's gonna follow it up with a 3-run home run. Monsters showing that they mean business in this game. They've seen other teams score high here, and they think they can do it better. They scored 11 points in Peach Ice Garden. That's gotta mean something.
The Peach Ice Garden is very much a offensively labeled field, I would say. I think it's almost a credit to their opponents, the Peach's Monarchs, that 10 and 11 runs were the highlight of that game. But
I've heard that it can go either way, Willie. That it's either an all-points game or a no-points game. So it was weird seeing a mid-points game from Peach's Ice Garden.
well, we'll see if it makes its way back into the rotation, which I believe. Let me double check that, as Wiggler will finally end the Monsters inning. Contact goes to Wario at shortstop, who turns it over to second base for a double play. Scores 15-3 as the Spitballs come up to bat. We won't see Peach Ice Garden action in the first series, as you're never going to believe, of the 2 games we have left to play today. You're never going to believe where they take place. Hint, only one of them is Yoshi Park. But a double play as Red Koopa fields a slightly off hit from Villager. Turns it over to Beyonta at second base, and Beyonta throws it to first for the double. And next up, Iwata makes good contact with the ball, but unfortunately that good contact places it directly in Thermite's glove in the outfield. The Spitballs have gone 3 innings without scoring a run now. As at the top... Go ahead.
You almost have to wonder if this bullying is personal coming from the Monsters. This very dominant performance by Bowser's team. The team that the Spitballs beat last week fairly dominatingly were the Bowser Jr. rookies. I'm wondering, maybe Bowser's looking to get just a little bit of revenge for his kid.
Well, we'll see. As at least the Spitballs, off some not so great contact from Edward Elric, are able to turn a double play in any inning and keep the Monsters scoreless for the first time since our game began. Now it's Blooper again, trying to start something for the Spitballs, and there was no need to set Red Toad on fire there. Blooper stayed at first. That was personal.
I think Wiggler just wanted to.
Well, now Wiggler is going to have to get some good contact, which he will, for a single. And now with a run on first and a run on second, and Reggie up to the bat, I could see some damage happening here for the Spitballs if Bowser's doesn't manage to lock this down, which he does not. A good hit from Reggie. Blooper starts running home, and he'll make it. That's the first Spitballs run in 4 innings as a clean RBI off the single from Reggie. I'm not sure Blooper got a tentacle on home plate, but it looks like they're calling it fair. And Wario hits this high out to right field. This game is not over.
Going clean, not passing the foul line, looked for a moment like it might, but instead it was just a beautiful shot within bounds and well over the head of Thermite.
There's not a defensive core in the league that could have caught that ball, and now Waluigi's going to have to show off a little bit why this is still his team with a solid hit out to, past Red Toad in the outfield with a little bit of help from Boo. That's a double from the captain, as we still have no outs on this inning, as Eggman, registered Eggman, comes up to home plate to bat, and he hits it over Red Koopa for his own single. Now we've got to run it on the corners, as Green Drybones, who hit that home run to start off the scoring for the Spitballs in this game, I believe, has to face down Bowser's star pitch. He'll miss it.
thing that's throwing me off right now, Willie, is that it's only the bottom of the 6th. This game has been so active, I feel like I've watched 8 innings of play, but it's only been 6. We're only halfway through the 6th, in fact.
Well, the Spitballs are going to try to show off the fact that they still are in this game, as that's 5 runs on the inning for them.
With no outs still. Wario took his 2 teammates off the bases with that 3-run home run. And then they put 2 back on, or then they got 2 more runs and put 2 back on. Unfortunately, Villager hits it out to Red Koopa over at second base, able to turn it for the double play. Suddenly, instead of having 2 bases and a runner on first and second, they've only got a runner on first and 2 outs instead of none. Iwata hitting it over the head of the red Pianta for a solid single of his own. Bowser starting to tire.
Blooper!
Looks like he's having a bit of a crisis in the field there. Blooper back up at bat.
Ooh.
Oh.
I wanted to believe in the squid, but instead, some poor base running from Iwata as, well, he takes a shot for the defense there, taking the fireball hit and allowing Red Koopa to throw home to knock out Blooper and end the inning.
And another bobble by Iwata. The Spitballs defense has seemed particularly error-prone this game. We saw a couple errors from them, unforced errors from them, in the first game. In their game against the rookies, we've seen like 5 tonight up against the Monsters.
Wiggler's going to have to get himself out of a jam here if he wants to continue this Spitballs rally with a runner on first, runner on second. Red Critter knocks it cleanly out. Blooper will at least get it back into the infield in time to stop a runner from making it home. Keep in mind, Blooper floating. Not affected from the looks of it by those POW blocks. Finally, some outs in this inning as contact from Thermite leads to a double play. But Red Toad still safely makes it to third, and one runner still safely made it home as Boo knocks Red Toad home, and Green Drybones is put up on the pitcher's mound to replace Wiggler. Red Magic Koopa knocks it to third base for an easy catch from Eggman, though a quick one, to give him his credit. And while it's not a high-scoring inning for the Monsters, it's only 2 runs. Any runs could spell the end of the Spitballs' chances here. They started a nice rally last inning. We'll see if they're able to continue that here in the bottom of the 7th. But no, Wiggler knocks it to shortstop for an easy out.
I think what's really going to matter here is the fact that Bowser is tiring. Both of these teams are getting forced deeper into their pitching rosters than they were in the game before. The Spitballs in the preseason only showed Wario and Waluigi pitching. The Monsters do still have Yellow or Red Magic Koopa to follow up Bowser's pitching. And Bowser still showing that he's got it clean. Able to get a 3-up, 3-down inning. Exactly what they want right now in order to keep the Spitballs contained.
Well, Bowser will get a chance now as, a mild blooper. Well, I was going to say an error from Eggman, but I think he was just flexing on the old man as he still manages to catch Bowser out at first. High fly ball.
Wario deflects it over to Iwata, and it's still a clean catch.
That shows off
out.
That shows off the power of chemistry in this game. That shows off if Wario didn't have chemistry, he would not have been able to make that catch. The Monsters would have gone to run around, and their inning would not be over. But instead, they're scoreless. Now, the Spitballs still have a hell of a mountain to climb. They're 9 runs back right now. And the Monsters, well, Bowser might be getting tired, but even if he comes off the mound, They haven't shown Red Magic Koopa on the mound. They have a couple of other options that could take it. And we're going to see which one to go with.
It is. It is Red Magic Koopa, the closing pitcher for their game against the Monarchs, looking to do so again in this game. Up against Eggman. Eggman winding up. Line drive out to first, but Boo is able to catch it and make it back to the bag before Eggman can take first base. Green Drybones slaps it out to right center field for a single. Doesn't go any further than that, which is smart. Probably could not have made it before that pitch from Thermite. Not pitch, throw. But
well, now it's Villager's job to try to put some offensive pressure on with 2 outs. If the inning ends here for the Spitballs, and it will.
They've only got 1 inning left to score 9 points. I won't say it's impossible, but we've not seen it from them yet. And they've got to make sure that they're able to shut down this very scary part of the Monsters lineup. Red Pianta, big hitter. Red Toad, consistent hitter.
Red Critter after that.
Red Critter after that, another slugger. Able to keep it down for now with Red Pianta hitting it right out to Wario over at shortstop. Red Toad, that one's to Iwata at second base.
Did I make a mistake?
Here's Red Critter.
I definitely made a mistake. That's fine.
Right over to Wario. So that's the 3-up, 3-down inning they wanted. Green Drybones, despite not being that well rated as a pitcher, showing some of his stuff, able to lock down this very threatening Monsters offense. Iwata up at bat for the final 3 outs of the Spitballs' chances in this game, unless they can score 9. That's all that stands between them and losing, and the Monsters and winning. It's 3 outs. Iwata hits a single up center.
All that stands between the Spitballs and victories is 9 runs. Blooper charges. Excellent hit, but she goes just a little bit foul. And a return still manages to knock it. Hey, run on first, run on second, no outs.
Good slap to center. This is what could start the kind of rally they need. Wiggler charging it up, going for a deep center hit. The Boo making sure that Red Toad isn't able to find the ball in time. Thermite's going to try and throw home, but Iwata makes it safe as Wiggler takes it for a double and Blooper runs to third.
Never say die. Red Magic Koopa already starting to tire now. Runner on second, runner on third, no outs. Reggie makes good contact up the middle. That's another RBI as Blooper makes it home. This 9-run lead is only 7. 0 outs, runners on the corners. My eyebrows are a little bit raised.
We're seeing some of that beautiful small ball again. Edward Elric takes the field. Willie, what will that do to the Monsters outfield? There's no chemistry back there anymore. Though Red Magic Koopa is able to find the out, that fire is going to allow Wiggler to run home.
This does mean that high balls out to left field would be dangerous. A bunt attempt in this situation from the Captain Waluigi.
And the most telegraphed bunt I've ever seen in my life.
But the Boo!
Oh, but they get the Boo on the item, turning it into a solid single.
Any item besides a Boo there, and that probably would have been an out, but no, the well-timed Boo.
Oh! And it's all erased by Reggie's weak hit over to Red Pianta, able to turn it to Red Koopa for the double play. A tragic ending to a heroic rally by the Spitballs. But the Monsters had just built up such a huge lead that they were able to stop it before it really mattered.
That is two potential rallies by the Spitballs ended by two potential rallies by the Spitballs ended before they could make it back by just the wrong ball and the wrong time. Red Beyonce and Red Toad will both score MVP honors. Red Beyonce for their amazing batting batting abilities. Red Toad locking down that center field position will also get MVP honors. On the Spitball side, Wario really making a stand and making a statement, trying to do any offensive pressure, leading to a solid performance by him. We'll see the Spitballs again as they take their second game in the series versus the Monsters. Again, as a reminder real quick, in Grand Slam Galaxy, a season is a series, a 2-game series of every team playing every other team for a total of 7 series of 14 regular series games. We'll see the Spitballs versus the Monsters again next week, but for right now, we're going to send ourselves over to Game 3 as the Musicians take on the Rookies at... Do you want to take a guess?
I actually know that it is not Yoshi Park. I do not know which we will be going to first, but I know it is not Yoshi Park.
It's DK Jungle Knight.
Alright.
I just think it's fun. Alright.
I seem to be having a little bit of a technical issue here.
Are we?
No, I am specifically. Something is not happy with me trying to change my tabs. I was going to try and pull up some stats. Instead, my mouse just is not clicking at all.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to go over...
There we go.
Here we have the Miku Musicians versus the Bowser Jr. Rookies. I'll take on the Rookies real quick. Now, the Rookies in their preseason game lost to the Spitballs on Daisy Cruiser at a score to 10-4. But don't let that fool you. There's some deceptively powerful chances here from the Rookies and from their performance that I'm looking forward to seeing. Bowser Jr., one of the best pitchers that we could hope to see as a captain for this team. They've got Hammerbro and Critter for some solid offensive potential, and you can never doubt the Goombas. Paragoomba and Goomba, some of the most long-lasting pitchers in the league if called upon, can lock down a game if necessary. Now, they'll be facing the Miku Musicians / the DK Wilds here on this game in DK Jungle. Silver Lily, are you ready to talk some sugar about the Musicians?
That I can. If a little bit impaired from how I'd like to be. They are currently the best batting team in the league by the numbers. The highest batting average, the best slugging, the most points scored, and, funnily enough, the highest both earned and unearned runs against their prior week's opponent. Now, that was the randomized composition of the bows on Yoshi Park, but still, no other team has managed to match their performance, even across a set of 2 games for the teams that have played today. They still have the most runs scored in the league at 26 before we even start play on their second game. This includes all the teams that have played so far. Actually, no, that is a mistake, and my apologies. The Monsters are at 28 across 2 games. Musicians have 26 and 1. They have edited up their batting order for this game, which does not seem to be reflected properly.
Critter, Bowser Jr., Dark Green, Cookie, Green, Shy Guy, Monty Mole, Paragoomba. It looks right to me. Am I missing something?
That's the Rookies.
Oh, sorry, the Wilds.
Yep. The Wild Musicians.
Well, did they submit it to the rosters page, or did they...
oh, nope, they forgot to submit it to the rosters page.
Alright, that's fine. Let's
My
see.
mistake.
The rosters page where all team decisions are locked in, but that's fine. We caught it ahead of time.
That was absolutely the mistake of the Musicians management, and I'm certain they will be having words. Or we'll be getting word of that soon.
Hang on 1 second. A quick fired off message to the manager on the rookies while we fix the Wild's batting order.
No.
Diddy Kong.
The
Tiny
changes
Kong.
made here from the Wild's batting order, as we get that in place, they have actually scrambled around their batting order a bit, hoping to move a couple of their weaker hitters from this last game. Tiny Kong and Diddy Kong do not have the best batting performance, hoping to clear them out of the way so they're not providing outs before their stronger hitters, Funky Kong and Donkey Kong, are able to really make their impact. They've moved it so that Baby Peach and Miku and Dixie Kong lead the team heading into Funky Kong at cleanup, hoping to get some runners on base off of some solid hitters, so Funky Kong, known for being able to hit those home runs, can bring them home.
Well, we'll see what we're able to do as we had a clarification. Both teams get last minute mild changes here, and I believe we are ready to start this game off. Here, it's the Miku Musicians versus the Bowser Jr. Rookies on DK Jungle Night as I run to blow my nose using paper towels. Paper towels, the sponsor of Grand Slam Galaxy. Clean up your mess, clean up your life. Paper towels.
Starting off, Bowser Jr. up against Baby Peach. She's gonna swing at this second pitch and send it out, but right out to Paragoomba over at second base with a beautiful jumping catch.
Oh god. Oh fuck.
Miku up at bat, looks at one. Gonna slap the second once again.
The
This out
commissioner
towards
is
second.
fine. The commissioner might have a nosebleed. Good luck.
Oh dear, please recover from that soon. I understand your pain, as Dixie Kong is going to hit it high and far out to center field, the shell firing late and missing anyways to prevent that from preventing the out. Funky Kong up at bat. He's going to hit it high and far as well. We're going to see an attempt at chemistry as Green, Shy Guy, and Cookie are able to get the buddy jump in time and prevent the home run that would have given the Wilds a 2-run lead in this series. We now go to the bottom of the first with, I believe that is Hammer Bro, Green Magic Koopa, and Green Critter leading the batting for the rookies. Baby Peach on the mound. Did not have the performance she wanted in the previous game, ended up going out after just the first inning. Hammer Bro will hit it foul for strike 2. And a hit up the center. Dixie Kong runs to field it quickly, dodges the fire. It'll still be a single on the part of Hammer Bro. Beautiful placement. That second base hit, one going out to center field. Very dangerous for pretty much every team in the league. Anyone who can hit it like that generally does well. Green Magic Koopa hits it deep, but Tiny Kong will easily stroll over and make it to it in time. DK Wilds, very familiar stadium for her. Baby Peach hurls a star pitch to get a strike against Critter, who will find the second pitch, Another deep hit, and another Kong directly standing up under it, this time Dixie in center field to get a second out. It is up to Bowser Jr. to make sure that Green Hammer Bro is not left completely stranded on base. Even a single will keep this inning going. But Baby Peach already finding 2 strikes. Bowser Jr. will hit the third and find a single. Hammer Bro running to second. RBI chance with Cookie up at bat. Here's the pitch. He winds up even before Peach does. But it's still a strike. Slaps it. That's going to go foul. Slaps it again. Funky Kong bobbles it. And then the boo to prevent Tiny Kong from picking it up is going to allow Hammer Bro to run home. An unfortunate series of plays by Wild's defense.
Our turn.
Baby Peach, already getting tired again, is going to stay on the mound for Green Shy Guy.
I'm back, right?
Yes, you are.
Oh.
Slaps it far, but it will not matter as it falls into Dixie Kong's glove. Had an unfortunate error by Funky Kong that allowed that 1 point in that last inning. In case you missed it, Willie.
I'm very excited to see what happens here.
Well, what's happening right now is a star pitch from Bowser Jr. Diddy Kong's going to find it and foul it off. And we're going to see a second. Diddy Kong finds it. This time it's slapped up center, and he's going to be able to run that for a single. Here comes Tiny Kong.
I can already feel the ball heading. Well, I was going to say to Paragoomba. I really want to call the shot there, but no. Instead, the power block.
Another one up the center. We see that a lot in this league. Infielders often just aren't ready to field that in time. Here's Donkey Kong up at bat with 2 on. Hits it out past first base and is going to make it over in time.
You're almost happy to see a slap from Donkey Kong. Now with Yellow Pianta, who is a hell of a slugger at the plate. What you really don't want to see is this bat charge.
Doesn't take it. Strikes looking. Star pitch from Bowser Jr. He's been making heavy use of it. It's a slap out to left field. Yellow Pianta takes a single as Diddy Kong runs home. And the Wilds are playing small ball today.
How would you expect
Up
to
next
see?
will be Yellow Toad.
Yellow Toad, don't mess this up for everyone and knock it straight to second base for a double play. We are asking politely.
He's gonna see us. He's gonna watch it go. Perhaps still clearing the paint from his eyes. He knocks it straight to second base for a double play. Paragoomba moving to be in position a little bit closer to the actual plate itself this time.
If Paragoomba makes me snort laughing any harder, my nosebleed is gonna come back. But no, instead, Baby Peach will hit it cleanly up the middle, allowing another RBI for the Wilds as they enter or extend their lead. Is that 3 runs now or 2?
That's 2. That enters their lead. Miku up at bat. Watches 1. Slaps it out over Paragoomba's head this time.
Uh-oh.
Risky area. Yellow Pianta attempting to make it home is instead going to get caught between home and third. Makes it just in time.
Now
Critter unwilling to let go of it until it's a little too late. Might have been able to get the out with the throw.
Now it's the star play Dixie Kong. It's her job to make sure that this ball keeps the inning going and doesn't waste this opportunity for the Wilds, but she hits it straight to Magic Koopa for the out, and it's the rookies who manage to escape the inning with relatively little damage. Bowser Jr. is still not happy about how everything that happened, but he'll be happy it didn't get worse. So Monty Mole starts off this inning with a solid hit that barely goes foul for the rookies. Second hit manages to keep it in the field. Problem is it also landed in the glove of Funky Kong.
You know, he's celebrating that one. Baby Peach, the pitcher, is starting to get a little tired. He's going to let up a single to Paragoomba.
For the record, if you ever see me blot my nose like this, that's not me doing cocaine. That's me checking to make sure that my nose isn't bleeding again.
A missed bunt attempt by Goomba.
He didn't like that one.
Again. Is gonna take it. Donkey Kong runs it up, throws it to Yellow Toad, but it does advance Paragoomba over to second.
That reminds me of my youth when I played baseball. I remember when the enemy team saw me come up to plate and called their runners in because they knew I was a weak hitter. I struck out. Hammer Bro, not a weak hitter. Unfortunately, a little bit too strong of a hitter. His star hit will go straight into the winning glove of Tiny Kong. And the rookies get nothing off that inning, as our score remains 2-1. 2 kids?
Funky Kong first up to the plate for the Wilds this time. Slaps it out to center field, lands right before Green Shy Guy can get a hand on it. Bowser Jr. starting to get tired. The starting pitchers for these teams don't have a lot of energy, and both teams have a lot of hitting potential right now. Diddy Kong slaps it down center.
Well, Bowser...
And there goes Bowser Jr.
Green Magic Koopa now. Again, we'll have to... Another Magic Koopa player. This family strong in baseball. He's gonna have to try to minimize the Wild's batting, but how long can the rookies hang on against such a strong batting core as the bases are loaded for the captain?
For Donkey Kong.
Oh boy. He's not charged. He watched the first ball.
Watching that one. Looks like he's going for a star hit, which is going to knock out Bowser Jr., stunning him and allowing the rally to continue. DK's like, yeah, I've hit a grand slam, but you know, I just don't play much small ball. I think I'm going to try and do that really well this time.
You know what? I think that if you're the rookies, you're almost happy to see that. As long as you can escape Yellow Pianta's bat.
Let's see if they can. They weren't able to last time this happened. He slaps it immediately, and it's right over Paragoomba's head, right into the right field. Boo comes out, but not in time to prevent Monty Mole from getting a hand on it. It'll just be a single, and another run home. Bases remain loaded. Outs remain 0.
As Green Magic Koopa also starts to tire. Possibility, I almost want to see more, I'll have to check to see if starring a Magic Koopa increases their stamina at some point, but Yellow Toad looks to not repeat the same mistake they did last time. Hits it clean out to left field. Tiny Kong, not believing in the vision though, stayed too long on third base and got caught, forced out at home. So even though it's a Yellow Toad single on loaded bases, that's no runs. This Magic Koopa...
He's probably happy about that. Star pitch from Magic Koopa. Baby Peach will find it anyway, but she finds it right over to Paragoomba, who's able to field it over to Bowser Jr. at shortstop for a double play.
It's now the rookie's turn to try to take advantage of an exhausted pitcher. Magic Koopa won't be able to accomplish that though, as, well, their bat ends up firmly placing the ball in Funky Kong's glove for an easy out at first. Green Critter calling his shot though with an early charge against Baby Peach. Good contact, but not good placement, as Dixie Kong will make the catch in center field for an out.
And the musicians consider Dixie Kong their star player. She's not the best at batting, but her fielding contributions are so crucial to the team. They just wanted her to know that they appreciate how much she shines out there, and that, you know what, they do believe in her batting.
Do they?
They do.
Uh-huh.
She might not be the best, but she's been better than you'd expect.
Why? How does Goomba... Okay, well now Goomba, one of the most enduring pitchers in the league, brought up for the Bowser Jr. Rookies as their third string pitcher. I don't know how, but hey, looks like they're doing a pretty good job as they're going to force a double play off Dixie Kong's so well-praised bat. And Funky Kong will have to watch the first pitch, 2 outs, no one on base. Charge hit from Funky Kong to the outfield, but, well, pending a misplay off Bananas, which is possible. Yep, there you go.
It will be forced. Funky Kong running to third off those very late Bananas.
The players get real scared of those Bananas when they come into play. Now, it's Diddy Kong, who's going to land a start pitch.
That can curve, really throw off the fielders. Diddy Kong able to find a single and bring Funky Kong home.
We're playing baseball and Diddy Kong still managed to break Monty Mole's ankles. I'm not even sure Monty Mole has ankles. Well, now it's Tiny Kong's turn to try to keep this batting danger from the Wilds going. She'll keep it going for a solid single. Alright, this is the first time Donkey Kong has been up to bat without loaded bases, except for maybe the first inning. Ooh!
Just barely going foul, curving right at the end of the head, charging it up again, this time out to deep center. There's chemistry back there, but not speed to make it matter. Donkey Kong's like, yeah, 3-run home run. I like hitting those.
Grand Slam? That's boring. 3-run homer? Now that's got some style. I want this on the record before it happens, just in case it happens. On this inning, on the first and third baselines on the stadium, there's some pillars at the end of the outfield, and if they get hit by the ball, even if it's over the foul line, it still counts as a home run.
Yellow Pianta and Yellow Toad continuing to show why the Musicians are a 2-out team.
And
this is where they thrive, on the Seed of Danger. This is where you see Donkey Kong hit those home runs. Baby Peach is just going to throw it right up to Green Magic Koopa because I am the most cursed commentator in the league.
Well, it's up to the rookies now. Someone in their batting order has to start doing damage against the Wilds. Cookie, respected statesman of the team, will not do it by hitting the ball straight to Funky Kong. As Baby Peach considers to tire.
Funky Kong with a beautiful catch in order to prevent a run from the green Shy Guy. He's happy about that one. Wilds have believed in him at second base since the CPU Classic. Had some bungles in the first game against the Bows, but has been performing decently in this one despite one error.
Now it's Paragoomba's turn at bat, and unfortunately, a hit to second base, again fielded by Funky Kong. That is 3 scoreless innings in a row for the rookies.
Miku starting the inning off for the Musicians. Charging up a swing, doesn't find one she likes, though it will still end up being a strike. Finds that one, hits it, just a little bit too hard out to center. And now Goomba's getting tired. after the out by Green Shy Guy.
Goomba's supposed to be one of the longest lasting pitchers in the league. But when you're going against a offense this powerful, it's easy to get demoralized and exhausted quickly. Now it's
There's
funky.
that. I was gonna say, there's that Dixie Kong bat that the musicians have chosen to believe in, moving her towards the top of the order in addition to making her their star player. It'll actually be Funky Kong that results in the double play here, but Dixie Kong had hit it deep left for her single.
Well, for the first time since this game started, the Wilds are kept scoreless. Again, someone on the rookies needs to start this offense. And
Goomba's looking for a chance, charging up early against this Peach batting. Instead, just going to try and slap it this time out to center. Dixie Kong is on it almost immediately, but it will still give Goomba the time to run up for a single. Baby Peach finally getting switched out here, does not get her complete game. Does not get a 5-inning game. Donkey Kong comes up to the mound. That'll put Baby Peach over at third base.
A shot from Hammerbow to outfield. We're going to have to see if the item can force the error. It will.
It can. And that'll give Goomba time to run all the way to third as it moves from banana to banana.
Well, it'll be up to Green Magic Koopa not to waste this opportunity, as with runners on the corners, there's some chances here for the rookies to score their first run in a minute, but instead, well, seems like the wrong team is getting cursed here, at least according to the fans, as the rookies end up with a double play against them for 2 outs now. Still Goomba on third, and Critter, dangerous bat. If he can just hit this anywhere besides Pianta. But no, that is another scoreless inning for the rookies as we head into the 6th inning with a score of 8-1 favoring the Wilds.
Up at bat, Diddy Kong looks at one. Goomba's throwing the second, slaps it out over to Paragoomba. Very important at shortstop, or not shortstop, second base this game. Has managed to stop a fair few musicians' attempts at rallies. Isn't going to be able to find Tiny Kong's hit this time. And the Bananas are going to break up. Ultimately, some unimportant fielding as Tiny Kong had already made it to first and didn't decide to run any further. Donkey Kong charges it up again. He wants to hit it deep. There is synergy, and they are there in time to make the buddy jump, but not there in time to actually catch it. Donkey Kong hits a 2-run home run.
Now I'm going to have to keep track. I'm going to have to watch the numbers here. That's a 2-run home run and a 3-run home run from Donkey Kong in the same game. That's 5 runs from one player on the Wilds.
Here goes Goomba. Monty Mole up to the plate. Or up to the mound. With Pianta up to the plate, slapping it out to right field.
It's up to the Wilds to escape this oppressive offense now as Monty Mole. Gordon be facing down Yellow Toad. Managed to keep Pianta to a single, which is not nothing. Yellow Toad will try to hit it out. This is a little bit harder to force the error on with the bomb. Thankfully, Green Shy Guy able to make the play and keep the Wilds honest. 2 outs now. Runner on first. Baby Peach up to bat. She's had no success so far. But with that hit out to center field, she will at least score a single and keep this game going.
Miku's turn. Wind up from Monty Mole. And a slap from Miku. Boo, I'm not certain if Paragoomba might have had the glove on that boo, or on that ball before the boo was used. I don't think it would have. Because oftentimes, last-second boo usages like that will still result in an out if the fielder already felt they had it.
Yeah.
So I think that would have just been a fair hit anyway. Speaking of fair hits, here's a fair hit from Dixie Kong that's broken up by both the field and I think maybe a shell.
No,
To
I think
get
the
a little more off of it.
I think the earthquake in the outfield there, that can only happen on DK Jungle Knight, interfered and broke the shell. Funky Kong will hit it way foul, so no love from him.
It was a fair hit either way, but it did allow Miku to get to third, which wouldn't have otherwise. Of course, that just doesn't matter, because as long as she stayed on base, Funky Kong was bringing her home. That's another 3-run home run, this time by Funky Kong. That'll extend the Musicians' lead 14-15 to 1.
Monty Mole, in the same inning that he's brought up, is taken off the mound. As it's now Paragoomba's chance. Someone's got to try to shut down this offense, but Diddy Kong says, no, we're going to keep this party going. As he'll score a single off his star hit, at least a Tiny Kong, to try to keep this going. We're still at 2 outs, by the way.
And as I've said before, the Musicians are a 2-out team. They love those moments. That's where you start to see their players really turn up.
Well, we've already seen a 3-run homer from DK once this game. We'll see if he goes for a second one.
He's considering it.
No, he'll
Said
take
he's just going to slap it.
Loaded bases now. We haven't seen that much offensive production from Yellow Pianta yet.
He's gotten a couple singles in this game.
But not the home runs or heavy slug hits that you would expect from such a player.
Star pitch from Paragoomba, who I've just realized has come up to pitch, and a fumble by Goomba. The ball bouncing off the top of his head as what could have been the 3rd out turns into a Yellow Pianta single that brings 2 more in. Yellow Toad's gonna give him a little mercy and be like, hey, Green Magic Koopa, first base, you got this one. But that's a 9-run inning, and we'll be back up to the top of the Wild's order, or the Musicians' order, going into their next at-bat.
It's
Captain Showdown. Donkey Kong on the mound versus Bowser Jr. What were you saying, Willie? My apologies.
I was just going to say, again, someone needs to step up and start this offense for the rookies. They are 16 runs down. This is a comeback the likes of which we have not seen yet in Grand Slam Galaxy. And it's not starting now as Cookie hits it to shortstop, allowing the double play. Now we've got bases cleared. Green Shy Guy staring down Donkey Kong. He'll have to make something happen, but he's going to watch the first 2 fly by him. Have to take this 3rd hit. And off of a weak contact, leading to an easy field from Funky Kong. 5 scoreless innings in a row for the rookies. We're back to the Wilds.
Here comes Baby Peach, their lead-off batter, looking to see what she can do against their 3rd reliever in Paragoomba? 3rd reliever? 4th reliever? I think it's their 3rd. 4th pitcher overall.
Yeah, 4th pitcher
She's going to
overall.
hit it up center for a single. Here's Miku. She slaps it herself. Monty Mole doesn't have the jumps Paragoomba has, and that's going to allow Miku to run to first, as the error item of the Boo gives Baby Peach time to run to 3rd. Runners on the corners, Dixie Kong up at bat. She sends it over to Bowser Jr., who's able to get the diving catch and turn it into a double play.
Hell of an arm off Bowser Jr. there. Just a little bit of a slower throw, and that would not have been an out at first. That gives the rookies a good defensive opportunity here. An opportunity that the field itself interferes with another earthquake, as Funky Kong takes advantage, bats Baby Peach in for a run, and takes a double off of it. Now Paragoomba, exhausted, taken off the mound. Hammer Bro put on. I'm going to be watching this guy's fastballs. If they're half as strong as his batting, we might see something. But the bobble from Bowser Jr. lets Diddy Kong safely take a single. Now it's Tiny Kong's turn.
The Earthquake really coming in clutch for the Kongs. Green Shy Guy probably had that catch if not for the Earthquake. Instead, it's another 2 runs in for the Wilds and runners on the corners again.
1 run for the... Oh, yeah, in that last play.
2 runs in total, yeah. Donkey Kong up at bat. He likes this one. He's sending it over to Bowser Jr., who's going to hurl it over to first with some chemistry on that pitch to prevent any more damage.
Look, it's not It's not like a blowout inning from the Wilds. But 2 runs when you're down 17-1 has got to hurt. Well, being down 17-1 has got to hurt any team's morale at this point. Again, we need something from the rookies' offense here. I'm going to take a quick look at their roster. Who on their team is not... They've got a solid batting core. Their entire team can bat. They've just not had any luck so far. And that lack of luck will continue as Paragoomba hits it strange to the waiting hands of Tiny Kong. Goomba now gonna take a swing at it. Or not.
Does hit it that time, but it's right out to Funky Kong at second. Little bit of a dive from him, but maybe he was just showing off. That'll bring the inning in. We're going into the top of the 8th. The Musicians up 18 points, 19-1 over the rookies. Bottom of the batting order with Yellow Pianta and Yellow Toad, and then Baby Peach following Yellow Toad.
I see what's happening here on the rookies. I get it. They made some changes. They swapped in Goomba, Paragoomba, Green Magic Koopa, all of which are some of the weakest batters on this roster. And while they still got some hitters who should be able to steal this out, neither Bowser Jr., Green Critter, or the solid bat of Hammer Bro have been able to make anything happen this game. Baby Peach, though, has been able to make something happen, as she'll hit that ball cleanly out to right field for a nice single to bat in Yellow Pianta.
I believe the Goomba and Paragoomba did play in the previous game.
It's just something different from their field records then.
Their bench currently consists of 3 Miis they have not brought out to play.
Well, that's fine, as Dixie will watch the first one, and Bowser Jr. catches the ball flying off the second pitch for a good out to limit the Wilds in this game. The rookies have 2 more opportunities to show some offensive presence here. Hammer Bro is the one to do it.
And is going to find that hit off of Captain Donkey Kong. But Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong able to make the run over right to where they need to at that speed and get the out before the shell can disrupt them. Green Magic Koopa up at bat is gonna try and find something, but is only going to find a foul. And a hit out to shortstop. We're not shortstop, second base. I know baseball. My brain just doesn't function.
Oh, you know baseball? Name every base.
Home, first, second, and third.
Damn, that's impressive. Critter now with a chance. He'll hit it high, he'll hit it out there, but the fielders do get there in time to end the inning. That's another scoreless inning from the rookies as we enter the 9th. The score is 20-1.
That's part of the danger of relying on slugging against this Musicians team, is that their outfield chemistry is impeccable and is almost never broken up by any of their pitching changes. Funky Kong hits it into deep right. Only takes a single off it.
This will be the last chance for the Musicians to limit the damage here. Hammerbro is making an attempt on it, and despite item usage, Monty Mole turns an impressive double play, catching the ball quickly and just barely throwing it off before he gets hit by that shell. That's 2 outs now against the Wilds. Tiny Kong will hit it high, but unless this green shell makes it in time, which it will not, well, the rookies are going to breathe a sigh of relief off that one. But with 19 runs left to go in this game, it'll take a miracle.
They have to score more runs in this one inning than some teams have scored in 2 games.
The captain, not able to start that one off for the rookies. Cookie now, fan favorite. Old Reliable is at least able to hit it for a single out to center field. Now it's Green Shy Guy's turn. What can he produce against a DK star pitch? Not much.
It's gonna be that very deadly shallow hit into an immediate double play. That's what that star pitch is best at, and that will end the game for the rookies. Musicians taking it 20-1. Another very dominating performance against one of the newer teams in the league.
Now we'll take a look at who gets MVP honors. It'll be Funky Kong, which is a little bit surprising considering all the batting potential that DK showed off this game with 2 separate home runs. But no, Funky Kong gets it, and let's learn why.
Did find a 3-run home run of his own, but where he really shined over Donkey Kong was in that fielding. Turned a lot of plays, a lot of outs, and just completely shut the rookies down this game, despite his one error at the beginning.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing the rookies next week, Tuesday. Yeah, only 3 days from now in their second game against the Wilds. An uncharacteristically quiet game from Green Critter. Bowser Jr. not living up to his potential. Again, an uncharacteristically quiet game from Hammerbro. I think we should see a more competitive match next time these two come into contact. But for right now, we move to Game 4 of the night. Our last game of the day. You're never going to believe this. It's going to be on Yoshi Park. In what promises to be a barn burner. We've got the Peach Monarchs versus the Daisy Flowers to close out this Playday. Now, if I may talk about the Monarchs, they had a tough preseason opponent. They played on the experimental field, Peach Ice Garden. They played against the Monsters, who we know to be a hell of a slugging team, but they more than held their own, as they lost that game by only a single run, 10-1. Dangerous batting lineup on this team. PD Piranha, Boomerang Bro, and Firebro, all there to score amazing hits. Meanwhile, the Toad core in the back line is more than enough slot potential to set up the rotation once it resets. Meanwhile, on the defense side, Toadsworth, one of the best pitchers in the game, Old Reliable, that slow pitch he's got can throw off a lot of batters and force some weak contact. And when he gets tired, turns out, not much to worry about. Peach, the captain of this team, is also one of the best pitchers in the league. She gets tired? Well, they've got a Magic Koopa of their own to fall back on if they need to. 3 pitchers deep with some of the most dangerous pitchers in the league. Meanwhile, Silver Lily, what are you looking forward to seeing over on the Flowers side?
The Flowers are possibly going just based off the preseason, one of the biggest turnaround stories of this season. A very solid victory over the FireEggs, who we have already seen today up against the Bows. Previously kind of the punching bag of the Winter Classic, made some trades in the off-season, and now have a solid defensive and offensive core, with Piantas and Critters on offense, and Yoshis and that same Critter on defense. Luigi, the other player in the league to bat 1,000 during the preseason. I called it out for Waluigi, turned out to curse him. I hope I'm not doing that to you now, Luigi, but I'd feel remiss if I didn't talk about it, as that's a very impressive feat. So, another player to watch. Daisy's pitching performance, also considered one of the best in the league in terms of pitchers, was able to hold down 7 2/3 of an inning before switching over to Luigi, giving up only 3 runs during that time. The defense, especially that Blue Pianta Blue Critter combo, turned multiple double plays and a triple play. So I think the Flowers just have an entirely solid squad.
Well, we'll see which defense cracks first as we get into this game here on Yoshi Park Night. It's the Monarchs versus the Flowers for the final game of Grand Slam Galaxy Playday number 1. Daisy will lead us off, and you know what? Big shout out, 0 player protests in Playday number 1. PD Brana, though, will take immediate advantage of this field as, well, the other plants in the outfield will let them get a nice double off that bat.
Would have been a single without it. Some disruption from a Piranha plant allows it to be a double. Boomerang Bro, very scary hitter normally, up at bat, but finds bad contact, sends it right over to Blue Critter, who turns it to Blue Pianta for a double play.
It's Magic Koopa who's able to knock it past Blue Critter, traditionally not a very strong batter, but able to place that ball perfectly now for Firebro to get their chance at bat in the inning. And they'll also place it very well for a single of their own. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Dark Bones up to bat to try to get the Monarchs something in the first inning, but he'll face a Daisy star pitch. Goes high, no item support. And the Flowers get out of the inning, keeping the Monarchs scoreless to start this game. We'll see if the Flowers are able to start the bats, or if this is going to be a defensive chokehold of a game. Well, the Captain Daisy is able to do great placement. A ball out to deep center right will result in a single. It's Luigi's turn to try to see what he can do.
And a steal attempt from Daisy. She's running to second before Luigi even hits the ball and will make it. And Luigi does hit a single, preventing any sort of fielding attempt. Good team play between those two.
Faith in Luigi to keep his batting going. Blue Critter is going to look for something as he hits a ball foul. He's going to have to try to hit something off Toadsworth, and he goes for a slap to left field. That's fair to load the bases with 0 outs for the Flowers. Tyler won now. He's here. He's blue. He hits it straight to Firebro for an out. But the catch...
not throwing it, not attempting any outs at any other bases. Luigi and Blue Critter safely make it back to their respective Let's give Blue Pianta a try.
I think the catch from Firebolt just took too long. That boomerang catch can be quite effective, but gave Luigi plenty of time to turn around, and we have 3 balls on Blue Pianta now. Toadsworth remembers where the plate is for at least one pitch, but Blue Pianta slaps it out to right field, and it's eaten by Piranha Plant now for 2 runners to make it back. Blue Critter's gonna go for it at home. That's 3 runs off a single from Blue Pianta as Yoshi Park Knight makes its presence known, to say the least. And that interference on the ball leads to an early Flowers lead.
And Toadsworth already tiring. He's gonna leave with only 1 out gotten in the inning. Peach stepping up to the mound. Up against Purple Toad, who's gonna find an immediate slap out to right field, where Toadsworth has now taken the field. And will get a single.
Well, finally, the inning will end for the Flowers as Blue Yoshi hits the ball straight to Firebow at shortstop, who will turn it over to his brother at second base for a nice double play. And the Flowers are the first to break through with a 3-run first inning batting performance. Now it's up to the Monarchs. They've got plenty of time to figure out the Flowers' weaknesses. But, well, the first 2 batters don't... Oh, the train! Oh, the train!
Oh no, the train! You just hit a baby with a train!
Who's driving that thing?
And that's gonna allow Blue Toad to run all the way to third. What could have been an easy out instead turns into a triple. Captain Peach up at bat.
She'll have to face
Daisy
a Peach.
throwing one of her signature star pitches. It's gonna go low or high and slow, but that's also going to give the team all the time in the world to decide, you know what, maybe we throw this pal block. Maybe we don't let Blue Pianta just catch this. And Peach turns it into a single anyway.
Toadsworth turn. He'll hit it out to center field. And, well, showing off some excellent potential defensive power as Baby Daisy and Blue Yoshi make sure to get that ball home quick. It's not like it's anywhere near fast enough to stop a Toad on third base for a run batted in from Toadsworth. PD Piranha now with a chance to take the lead on a strong hit. It's out there, and not even the speed in the outfield will make it. That's a three. Go ahead.
Yeah, taking it deep for a 3-run go-ahead home run. I was just going to point out that just as much as the musicians believe in Dixie Kong, the Monarchs have chosen to believe in Toadsworth, and they've given Toadsworth their star player commendation. And he immediately showed why that's worthwhile in this inning, getting a solid single to set up those bases for PD Piranha.
Well,
Hammer Bro gonna hit his own home run.
The Bros come alive tonight as they weren't able to do much. Hammer Bro not able to do much last game for the rookies, but Boomerang Bro will hit a solo home run to extend this lead for the Monarchs to 5-3, and what we expected to be a little bit of a defensive showcase is turning into a slugfest as we're only in the top of the second and the score is already this high. Luigi tries to face off against Firebow, but not to be outdone by his brother. He'll knock in a 2-run shot of his own.
This is maybe a bit of the one weakness to the Flowers' defense we didn't see as much in their game against the FireEggs, are these deep hits that the Bros and PD Piranha are able to find. They've got good chemistry in the outfield, but Baby Daisy doesn't have the speed to make it over to where she needs to be, at least not so far. Another deep hit. this time by Darkbones. That one's gonna fall fairly into the glove of Baby Daisy, who did scramble over this time for an out. But the Monarchs are showing they are not gonna go quietly this game. It's only the second inning. They've scored 7.
Not what we were expecting. Not what we were expecting at all. Well, it's up for the Flowers now. They broke through the Monarchs with a little bit of help from outfield interference last time. And to be fair, the Monarchs definitely had some help that inning from a little bit of a train hitting a baby. Baby Daisy, though, with fantastic aim to bring that ball to Petey Piranha, forcing another error and letting her scamper to second base. Well, I'm not sure it counts as an error when she was on first safely regardless, but I don't know.
She reached second. She reached an extra base on error, so it would count as a single, not a double.
Fascinating. Well, Pink Yoshi places that ball perfectly, and a single from them let Baby Daisy reach third, and current Daisy, standard Daisy, one might even say, with a chance to send her past self home, will get it off a sacrifice, basically. She hits it straight to shortstop, who easily turns that, Fireball easily turns that double play. It's run batted in for the Flowers, but at the cost of 2 outs and cleared bases.
That is one of those ground into double play situations that will remove the run batted in from Daisy's scorecard, because unfortunately at that point it is really just up to fielder's choice. They chose to take the easier out at first rather than risk throwing home and not succeeding.
Well, the Flowers are able to produce something, scoring 1 run in that inning, and at the top of the third, the Monarchs will see if they can extend that 7-4 lead.
I didn't realize Daisy had already been pulled off the mound. Blue Critter, very good fielding there, pulls in the ball even while it's been made invisible by those boos and gets the throw over to first. I think that would have been a fair single without the fire, so you just lit a baby on fire for no reason, Toadsworth. That's pretty messed up.
Why does Baby Daisy have to go through all this every single week? It's always Baby Daisy.
That's the danger of being that center fielder, and that's going to be another solid grab by Blue Critter to turn it over to Tyler 1 at first for the out. Peach advances to second. We were just talking about Daisy, and so her name was stuck in my head. Look. Luigi using a star pitch. We don't see this often. Petey Piranha going for a star hit, but that just sends it right to Baby Daisy,
who almost, due to her incredibly low weight, came within inches of being blown from center field all the way back into that train, which would have, let's be honest, that would have just been cool. But for the Flowers, Blue Critter starts this inning in what attempted to be a little bit of a bobble, a little bit of a misplay there, eaten up by the Piranha Plant.
I think that was a fair single, but the Piranha Plant just wanted to keep the fielding up for longer. Tyler 1's deciding he doesn't want any fielding to happen at all, actually.
I think Toadette bobbled it, and Petey Piranha caught it off the bobble. Now, this should be an easy catch by Toadette in the outfield to end the inning for the Flowers scoreless. We're going to settle into a 7-4 scoreline, and we're going to see which team is the first to break it. We're only a third of the way done with this game. Notoriously dangerous Hammer Bro will also hit it straight to Baby Daisy, though. That's 1 out. Magic Koopa watches the first.
Slaps the second, but Blue Critter finds it. We have Fire Bro up at bat.
Finds good contact.
Hit it deep and far. The train is going to knock out Baby Daisy and interfere with Yoshi, giving Fire Bro a clean home run with no contesting from the synergy jump.
Someone really should strip that guy's license.
Is there anyone driving that train? Maybe it's a runaway.
Oh god. Oh god! That or they're ducking down so that we can't see them and accuse them of their crimes. In the meantime, Dark Bones will hit a single. 2 outs. 1 run score this inning for the Monarchs, so they won't be kept very quiet, though it is off the train. Toadette will hit it straight up the middle too for a single, so now we've got a runner on first, runner on second. This happy-go-lucky Toad lineup in the back end of the Monarchs.
It's gonna find another hit off Blue Toad's bat. Dark Blue Yoshi and Baby Daisy will find it, but it hits off the wall first, and then the Bomb-Omb comes in for the disruption, allowing 2 more to come in, and Luigi's starting to tire. In fact, he's finishing to tire, he's retiring, and they're sending Blue Pianta over to the mound. That's gonna mess with their infielding.
That is, to say the least, not who I expected to be the third pitcher for the Flowers, as the Monarchs come out of this with a 10-4 lead going into the bottom of the 4th. It's worth... So there's 2 runaway train to conflict avoid... Oh no, that's an excellent point. Unless this train is teleporting. It's moving way too fast for there to just be 1 train on the field right now. Firebro is able to make the catch, and despite how long that catch takes, there's not much Purple Toad can do when he's a full base out of position. 2 outs now against the Flowers as Baby Daisy, off of a POW block, will safely reach first.
That was crucial timing and positioning on that POW block, allowing it to hit PD Piranha, despite Hammer or Boomerang Bro being the one to field it.
Now,
They'll keep their chances alive. For Pink Yoshi, hits it up and right into the range of Fire Bro's Bro Catch that will ring it in.
The Monarchs have taken full advantage of the field they're on. Will that luck continue? Will that strategy continue as we're in the top of the 5th inning? Well, not much for Toadsworth, as he'll hit it straight to second base, and Blue Critter easily fields that for an out. PD Piranha, less of a scary threat with no one on, but still a threat. Barely knocks it foul.
I was wondering for a moment if we were going to see another home run, but we did not end up doing so.
Not at least off that hit. Instead, a solid line drive out to center field lands safely and lets PD Piranha reach first. Now it's Boomerang Bro.
Another home run threat. Gonna take it deep, but it will cross the foul line. Luigi getting the good out at shortstop and fielding it over to Tyler 1 without chemistry for the double play.
I have to go clean up just a little bit of blood. I'll be right back.
I hope your nose stops bleeding soon. Daisy stepping up to plate, Captain v. Captain. She's going to look at the first pitch for a strike. Take a chance at the second. Hits it deep out to center field. A powerful hit from Daisy, the star player and the captain of the Flowers. Luigi up at bat. Watches one. Hits the second. Another one out to center. Bobbled by Toadette over to Toadsworth. Daisy looking to maybe run to third. Thinks better of it. Makes it back to second safely. Blue Critter up. And we know this is a scary batter. been able to do some damage before. He's going to find a charge hit, but it's fielded excellently by the Boomerang Bro, throwing it over to the Fire Bro at second for the double play onto Daisy. Luigi barely making it back to first, is now going to run to second for the steal attempt, and he's going to make it safe.
I did not believe in Luigi there at all.
Second base is the easiest to steal on a pitch, as it is the furthest from home. Tyler won, clean hit out to right field. Toadsworth not able to find it in time, and he will bat Luigi home to make this a 10-5 game. Even up the score just a little bit, but there's still a long distance to go for this Flowers team. On 2 outs as well in this bottom of the 5th.
What they really need is a solid home run hit.
And they might just find it off of the bat of the blue Pianta, but Toadsworth and Toadette able to make the jump and catch it in time to stuff that. It could have been something big. That would have made it only a 3-point game. Instead, it remains a 5-point game as we go back to the Monarchs at bat in the top of the 6th, leading off with Magic Koopa. And saying goodbye to Magic Koopa.
Well, it's Firebow's turn to try to get something well, I was going to say try to get something going, as if the Monarchs don't have a 5-run lead already. The Bros did a hell of a lot of damage earlier in the game. Now the damage is kept to a minimal, but still, a single is a single as Firebow gets on base off a solid line drive out to center field.
Blue Pianta's already been in for a fair few pitches. Hasn't started tiring yet, but Willie, I want to ask, who do you think is up next if Blue Pianta needs a reliever of his own?
Well, honestly, probably the person who I expected to, now I'm paranoid. Now I'm double checking my roster markings here. Yeah, probably the person I was expecting was... Actually, I have no idea. That's a great question. As Blitter turns a solid double play here off that catch from the bat of Toadette. Yeah, flex on them. That's another...
Going up into, I think, the bottom of the Flowers lineup? I will check that real quick. Yeah, close to the bottom. One from, in fact. Purple Toad, Blue Yoshi, Baby Daisy, and then Pink Yoshi will be the last one in their lineup.
Well, a hit that would have been caught by anyone else doesn't result in much, as Firebow shows off why the Bros are such valuable players to have here. Baby Daisy tries to get something going, but Magic Koopa catches the ball before, well, yeah, much can happen. And that's 3 up, 3 out for the Flowers in a time when they really need to start getting their offense going. I'm going to be looking at this from the Flowers as we keep going. We saw... Sorry, who was the last... Baby Daisy was the last batter there?
That is correct.
They're about to go into the top of their lineup. If Pink, Yoshi, Daisy, and Luigi can get on base at the start of next inning, or the next at-bat, then this lead from the Monarchs could evaporate. But Yoshi, Daisy, and Luigi are going to have to put on some offensive pressure.
Oh, and a horrible miss by Blue Critter is going to give Blue Toad all the time in the world to run home as Toadsworth makes it over to first.
We still have no outs, and I should probably stop worrying about what the Flowers can do. I have to start worrying about what they have to do. As a line drive from Petey Piranha out to left field loads the bases for Boomerang Bro, who's already scored a home run this game. Well, Pianta's doing a great job so far, but...
That'll be a star hit. Blue Critter once again not able to find it. Peach having a little bit of hesitation, but is still going to make it to home. It's a second run in this inning. Magic Koopa up at bat, bases still loaded. Still no outs. Star pitch from Blue Pianta. And a slap down to center from Blue Magic Koopa. Here's that small ball we've been seeing today.
That ball placement could not have been any better. And we have loaded bases with no outs going into the most dangerous part. Coming out of the most dangerous part of their lineup. As again, train interference lets the Monarchs score 2 more runs. And what was a 5-run lead balloons into a 10-run lead as Blue Pianta is finally taken off the field in favor of Blue Yoshi.
See if Blue Yoshi can have any more luck. It does not look like it because that is out right away. A 3-run home run off the bat of Dark Bones. Former player for the Flowers, traded in the off-season between the CPU Classic and the start of the Grand Slam Galaxy League regular season.
Well, redrafted, but yeah.
Redrafted.
That is not at all who we expect to see leading off the batting here. But again,
once again, the train hitting a baby.
I want to emphasize for anyone who might just be tuning in, this is not the start of a new inning. The Monarchs have just ran ransack over this Flowers defense as finally, 8 runs later, the Monarchs managed to score an out. The Flowers managed to record an out.
What has seemed like a recoverable game, if rough, has very quickly gotten away from these Flowers, and it's starting to look a little bit like CPU Classic Flowers again. They held it down for as long as they could, but these defensive fumbles that keep happening are allowing the Monarchs to just run wherever they please on the field.
Finally, the inning ends off P. Piranha's hit to Luigi. 9 runs in the inning for the Monarchs. Extends their lead from a very recoverable 10-5 to a devastating 19-5 at the bottom of the 7th. And to add insult to injury, Pink Yoshi, with what would have been a great base hit off any other defense in the league, caught out by Firebro. The coach, Daisy,
looking to get a double off this far hit plus Boo, is going to make it. With Luigi up, he's going for a bunt. And a bunt off of a Peach star pitch, which is going to be the easiest out I have ever seen in my life. But Peach is maybe feeling like she ought to be giving a little mercy or something, because she's starting to tire off of that star pitch. The train is going to interrupt Toadette, but not enough. That ball was just hit too high for how far it was going.
Toadette was locked the fuck in.
Hi, what's up, buddy?
Hello.
Name we used to refer to you here, I assume, remains the same?
Miles, yes.
Yes. Hi, welcome,
I've
Miles.
been on stream before.
Well, you come at the end of or in the last innings of what promised to be from the lineups, or what was estimated to be a very defensive game. Instead, the Monarchs devastated late in the game. And now it's up to the Flowers to just try to hold them off. Honestly, if that 9-run inning hadn't had happened, this game would be very winnable. Believe it or not, yes. If the Monarchs hadn't scored so many runs, the Flowers would still have a chance. But
Here, hold on. Let me see if I can drop myself in here as a commentator. What's the other team's name again?
It's the
Monarchs versus.
It's the Monarchs versus the Flowers.
Okay.
Dry Bones with a single.
Flowers,
Yeah, getting another RBI, extending this to a 20-5 lead. That's a very familiar score for Flowers fans. Tyler 1 able to get that jumping catch and turn it into a double play to end the 8th inning. But they've
Flowers are
only
looking a little
got...
desperate here, though, with that one safe play. Or the one throw to second base. Oh.
Peach is this close to pitching through the entire game now for the Monarchs. But she's
Don't
got...
forget that Toads were recorded.
Oh, Toad would start. Oh, yes. Excuse me so much. I just kind of assumed that Peach would start. But instead, well, she's been able to lock it down with the help of the blows on second base and on shortstop. Harper Toad, the last chance for the Flowers here at the bottom of the 8th inning to do anything.
Is going to find a good hit out to left field, left center. To run to first. If they can tire out Peach and get a rally going, that might be their one chance to at least look like it was a competitive game.
Hey, I'm looking at the pretty flower wheels on that train in the background. Misplay a little bit from Firebro will at least allow Yoshi to reach first. Hey, if Baby Daisy cannot get out here, which is a tall ask from a short girl, as she knocks it straight to third base for another scoreless inning for the Flowers. We are now 20-5 going into inning number 9.
I have to think the timing of some of the Monarchs' best rallies really contributes to how out of control this game has gotten for the Flowers. Daisy, their best pitcher, had an amazing performance against the FireEggs, was chased off the mound early. Luigi has a solid performance, but since then, it's the relief pitcher woes. You're deep into your relievers, you don't have the same chemistry you used to have on the field, your pitcher's not anywhere near as good as your starting pitchers. Blue Critter hoping to close out the Monarchs' batting for this game with just a few extra pitches. Baby Daisy will make it in time to catch it, but not in time to field it anywhere meaningful, as Petey Piranha hits a single and runs to first and brings home... I don't even remember who was on base.
Boomerang Bow. The train finally helping the Flowers just a little bit, keeping the Monarchs honest. Magic Koopa is going to be the best opportunity the Flowers have for a while in this lineup to end this game. They need to get a nice out here, otherwise they're going to have to go through the blows on the Monarchs. And they will get it out.
They have to score 16 in 1/2 inning.
I agree. Good game.
Yeah.
GG's.
That is more points than we have ever seen scored by even our highest scoring teams in a single inning.
I think 9 is the current record in Grand Slam Galaxy for runs in a single inning.
I believe so. They are going to finally chase Peach off the mound, but the Monarchs have a third good pitcher. They have a second good reliever in Magic Koopa. So I hesitate to say they'll even be able to get much off of this. 2 balls. We were actually close to the first walk we had ever seen in the league. Still won't see it, as Daisy hits it far, but maybe a little too far, and right out the Toadette center field.
It's up to Luigi's reliable bat to stop this inning from ending, but instead he'll hit it straight into Boomerang Bro's waiting arms to turn that double play and end the game at a 21-5 scoreline. Yeah, we can agree that's not what we expected from this game.
Not at all. Not at all. a huge part of that is definitely just the power of the Boomerang and Fire Bros. Not only at the plate, but in the field, able to scoop in so many hits that might have been worth singles, might have gotten pitchers off the mound earlier, and instead turn them into outs and occasionally even double plays. Well-earned MVP to Fire Bro.
It really was the Bros home runs early that opened up this game for the Monarchs. Still, well, next week will be in slightly less chaotic, next game in the series will be in slightly less chaotic fashion, as, due to some minor, fielding, problems, some clerical errors, we'll be returning to Yoshi Park on Tuesday for both these teams. And honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Flowers can do. If they can stop that breakout inning from the Monarchs, the Flowers can still put in some damage with their team. Now, that's going to end the first Playday of Grand Slam Galaxy. I've been your commissioner and commentator, Silly Willy Bobilly, here with my co-commentators, Silver Lily.
Hello, and goodbye for this evening.
And Miles, joining us for the end of the Playday. Sobbing at the beauty that he saw.
Oh, just yes, I am distraught. I believe the word is.
Surprised would be the word that I would use. Silver Lily, what's your word? Silver Lily?
You can't just prompt me like this, Willie. You asked me for a word, I forget what words are.
Thank you, everybody. From me to you, have a lovely night. Go tell Cuz I'm Dan Jones that he is a cool guy. And we will see you Tuesday for the second Playday and the closing of the first series here in Grand Slam Galaxy. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
And if you're still here, drink water so they pay us more.